The Jasper Police Department will begin cracking down harder on stop sign and stoplight violations in the city. We'll have more on that push. Plus, Carrie Schneider has this week's visit with our friends at the Du Bois County Humane Society, and host Bill Potter brings us another episode of Inform. All of that and much more is coming up tonight on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin with Jasper Police stepping up their efforts to crack down on moving violations on city streets. JPD says there has been a large increase recently in the number of accidents, specifically accidents resulting in injuries and/or fatalities, due to people disregarding stop signs or stoplights. Jasper Assistant Police Chief Nathan Schmidt says the common theme with all of the accidents has been distracted driving.
When people are driving now, driving is becoming secondary to everything else in their lives, whether it's kids in the car, talking with their passengers, texting, messing with the iPod, messing with their iPhone. It's becoming secondary, and I don't think people are paying attention as much as they have been in the past.
Schmidt says Jasper officers will be more aggressive in enforcing moving violations such as stop sign and light violations, impaired driving, and seatbelt violations. He says in the end, the department will do what it has to ensure the safety of drivers.
We've had a big increase of accidents in the city that are caused by failure to yield at stop signs and stoplights and people not obeying those signs. And we want to try to prevent injury, and we want to try to make people in the community as safe as possible. And if we got to issue citations to do that, that's what we're going to do to try to get through to people.
Now, Schmidt says a citation for running a stop sign or stoplight carries a $139 fine with it, along with the points that it adds to your driving record. Schmidt says the department will also be participating in Operation Pullover to crack down on many of those violations. That effort gets underway next Friday and is made possible through funding from the Indiana Criminal Justice Institute. A state police investigation into a child battery and neglect of 4 children in all ended with the arrest of a Rockport couple. State police say this investigation began back on June 30th when the state's Department of Child Protective Services contacted troopers asking for help with an investigation into a child battery. State police say CPS had taken the children to foster care after an investigation by Rockport police. CPS had further concerns about the well-being of the children at the time. Now, CPS alleged that 37-year-old Johnny Hutchison of Rockport had hit his girlfriend's 3-year-old daughter multiple times, leaving marks and bruises on her legs and back. Police say the child's mother, 33-year-old Christina Crabtree, knew that Hutchison had spanked her daughter. Police also say Hutchison had physically abused Crabtree's other 3 children on several occasions. State police took both Hutchison and Crabtree into custody on an arrest warrant yesterday. They are each charged with 4 level 6 felony counts for neglect of a dependent. Hutchison is also charged with an additional level 6 felony for battery on a person under the age of 14. Hutchison and Crabtree were booked into the Spencer County Jail. Amid all of the celebration about Jasper being one of America's best communities, one of the owners of the former Hoosier Desk building remains hopeful about the future of the site. Of course, the Hoosier Desk site remains under consideration as the future site of the Jasper Cultural Center. That project would have the building house the Jasper Public Library and Jasper Community Arts in a combined area of 54,200 square feet. The building as a whole has 130,000 square feet. The Jasper Library would get 29,700 square feet of space, while Jasper Arts would get 24,500 square feet. Ken Sternberg and his brother Paul have owned the Hoosier Desk building for about 25 years now. He says it's a good site for development in spite of what recent studies that were done on the building would have you think.
It's a 100-year-old building. It does have some cracks in the brick. It has some crooked floors that need to be redone, but those are all things that are fixable. They're all repairable. And now they're talking about tearing down parts of the building, which is fine. With this cultural center, there are 130,000 square feet of space in here. There's a lot of good points to the building, and the only points that were brought out were mainly the negative points.
Sternberg says roof replacement and other minor work is all that has been done to the building over the last 25 years. He says seeing the building be used as a cultural center would be a dream come true, but it has to work for everyone.
We lived in an apartment on a second floor in downtown Jasper at 4th and Main Streets, and I had free roam of the downtown when I was 3, 4, and 5 years old. So I love this downtown. I liked it here. We'd come down and meet Dad after work. I mean, it does have a history with us, but I mean, it needs to be a justifiable thing. If anybody uses this for the arts or the library, it needs to be justifiable. And engineers and people like that are the people that have to determine that and the cost of it. It has to be price justifiable.
Jasper City consultants Barry Alberts of City Visions and David Gamble of Gamble & Associates have said it will cost $12.8 million in all to revitalize the Hoosier Desk site. Arts officials are pleased with that figure, while the library has yet to decide on whether to move forward at Hoosier Desk or to build a new library on their current site. Now, the Jasper City Council and Arts Commission are set to meet in executive session tomorrow about the viability of the Hoosier Desk site. The Jasper Library Board's next regular meeting is set for Thursday at 4:45 p.m. at the Jasper Library Annex. And finally tonight, Jasper City officials say they are pleased with a pair of recent improvements in public safety. This morning, Mayor Terry Seitz joined other city officials to dedicate 6 emergency call boxes that were installed along the Riverwalk. The project began back in 2013 with that year's class at the Du Bois County Leadership Academy. A group led by Josh Gunselman proposed the idea of call boxes to city leaders that year. Now, the goal of the call boxes is to give those who use the Riverwalk the ability to call 911 for help in case of an emergency. The installation of the boxes was completed earlier this year with help from Matrix Integration, the Jasper Electric Department, and the Du Bois County Community Foundation, among other agencies. Seitz says the project included some concerns about potential damage to the boxes as a result of potential flooding. He says it took a bit of creativity to solve that problem.
4 of the boxes literally can be raised out of what normally would be considered heavy floodwaters and remain safe. They will not, of course, because the walk is closed, be usable because we won't have walkers, but we will actually protect our investment.
Now, city leaders are emphasizing that the boxes are for emergency use only. Regular calls should be directed to Jasper Police at 812-482-2255. On a related note, officials with Jasper's Memorial Hospital donated an AED machine to Jasper Police for emergency use along the Riverwalk this morning. Memorial Hospital President and CEO Kyle Bennett says the hospital is happy to help where it can.
We appreciate the opportunity to support the city of Jasper and support the Jasper Police Department in their efforts regarding public safety. And it's very important to us, and certainly on behalf of Memorial Hospital, we're very happy to present this unit to the Jasper Police Department in the city of Jasper.
The AED will be kept with the department's Viking and ATV. Those vehicles are in regular use for Riverwalk patrol. All right, coming up after the break, Carrie's next with our friends at the Du Bois County Humane Society, and later, more on an upcoming meteor shower this week and tonight's edition of Inform. We're back after this.